Hi, welcome to the Power Prophet on this beautiful 10th day of November. I have to reiterate for those of you who are new that I do live in the city, so you may see some city or hear some city sounds. I'm a life flow energy reader, so I use the tarot more as a springboard to provide messages as opposed to I use it as a way to facilitate messaging more than as a interpretive method of sort of remembering what these cards mean and what their meaning is. Okay? Today may not be my day completely as far as my ability to put sentences together, but you know what? It is what it is. No judgments. Unconditional. I don't do traditional tarot card readings because I don't bring in somebody else's interpretation. I utilize my own connection with my universal life force messengers who provide an understanding of the imagery on the cards in such a way that it illuminates what it is that they want you to hear. Yeah, I'm a little dramatic. But I say the same thing every time. It's just a different way. Every time I do the cards, or every time I do these readings. You know, I have to tell you, the people that get me are my tribe. And I want to tell you right now, right off the bat, if you're not digging what I'm saying on any level, you're not part of the tribe. So just click off and leave. Okay? Because your vibes are really screwing with me. Alright? So if you cannot feel the flow or have resistance, some of that is just getting into it. But if this is some purposeful negativity, then we don't need it. Okay? The decks of cards that I use are under my description. I use Manzel's Tarot 2, Shaman Mystical Oracle deck, and I didn't put it on there, but I've been going to the Games of Thrones as clarifying cards. You know, I kind of like that show a whole lot and kind of miss it a whole lot. But I shuffle the cards, I meditate on them, I sit with them, and as I am working with the cards to appropriately prepare them as a tool to facilitate messaging and reading, imagery comes to me, things, ideas, thoughts, and I write them down because I believe they are all part of the life flow energy reading, the universal life force is coming out on multiple levels. And so I jot this down. And the first thing that I jotted down was like lever, something that you pulling. You use it to open, close, turn on, turn off. sort of rigid, maybe in and out, up or down sort of manner. But excuse city sounds, but the operative term here, when I think about the word lever or lever, is that you have to put your weight, you have to pull, and you have to push. And that pulling and pushing is representative of the tensions that are occurring in your life right now. There's this push and this pull dichotomy. That stretches further onto another level of consciousness, that is to open or to close or to turn off or to turn on. Another dichotomy. So when I think of dichotomies, the things that come to my mind are ideas like either or. Either this or that. Up or down. Just things that are opposite. And I'm hearing that that is not where you are to be at this time. It is not the rigidity and the weight that's attached to sense of self, perhaps. It's the diunital. It's the both and. So whoever I'm talking to is either occupying two different realities, that are stressing something or some other situation, some person or something. So the realities that you are existing in are separate and different. But there's a third reality. That's the real playing field. Like where all this is taking place. Now, I don't even know exactly what I'm saying, and I'm telling you, I don't know. But this dichotomous, either or, is rigid. I don't know if it's a problem. I don't know if it's fantastic. But I know is that it causes tension. And you need to open up a little bit. And level the playing field, because it seems like the tension that you create may be dominant or alpha-esque in some way. So you need to pull it down. Yeah, pull it down, because the tension, the push and pull, is stress. Moving it up and down, dealing with dichotomies are intense, because it's either this or it's that, and you have to think too hard sometimes about this or that. But when you exist with a diunidal mindset, it's both and. So the stress of having to figure out is released, because the energy flows together to create the world or the reality. I don't know what the message is. But are you in a position of power? Trying to establish hierarchy? This is your first position in power? And that could be in power of what? The family, a job, a team of people, some dogs. I don't know what the power is over, but it's stress and tension because of that push and pull. Maybe some of that pull is because maybe once you were a part of that group or that situation. And the push is that you've been elevated to another level, perhaps. And you need to establish yourself at that level, even though those people, quote unquote, are friends. The next set of messages that came was the lever was hard to pull. Yes. Power dynamics are hard to negotiate. And it says body weight, physical, emotional. You're going to just throw yourself on top of the situation? Are you a massive being? That push and pull is causing immensely too much stress. You must release it. Release that either or. I'm the boss now and they're that. Stop it. Draw your boundaries. Be clear about your personal policy. Yeah, you should have a personal professional policy. And a personal set of policies. Because how can you live life without some type of organization? Because these policies, as they come from the universal life force, as they reveal themselves to you, these policies are about your life and where you're going and how you're going to get there and the things that you need to do. But when you don't have your own set of universally guided policies, You rely on other people. Having trouble accomplishing what's set out to do. Yeah, because then you're following a foreign set of ideas, understandings, realities, worlds, whatever. So set your boundaries. After much meditation and prayer, allow that to guide the policies. This creates sort of the ethical foundation of your situatedness, whether that be personal or personal professional. Because we're professionals, but we're still personal people, right? Right? We're still a person who's a professional. So, when you don't have your own clear boundaries, your own policies, you have to rely on other people's or sift through. I don't know what a person does without their own personal policies. I just don't understand. You know, Christians have the Bible. Other religious groups have their fundamental texts. But when you are one with mothers, Ma'at and Gaia, there are ways of being and seeing and understanding the world that only they can show you. And unless you concretize those things, make them clear, write them down, they may be hard to remember sometimes. I've digressed. But whoever this individual is that's dealing with the situation of power dynamics, negotiating, work relationships, intra-occupational relationships, I don't know what it's called, and I believe that's the situation here, wholeheartedly. You really need to chill the hell out, excuse me, and you need to stop that either or and start thinking about both and how can we get together. Okay? Yes, it's hard to pull. It's hard to pull and it creates sadness. It's hard to pull and it's hard to pull. Maybe hard to pull back from your friends on one level, and it's hard to pull back on a decision. So it's physically and emotionally taxing, which can bring sadness. So you may be having trouble accomplishing what you thought you were supposed to set out to do based on what someone told you, instead of listening to what someone told you and really thinking about who you are and how what they told you could be interpreted through your eyes in a way that still fulfilled their criteria, but also allowed you to be authentically you. And I'm sorry, I'm going off on another tangent. But listen, I'm going to end with this. I don't know what else is going on out there, but I got to say this to somebody. I mean, I was going to talk about this red hot poker, but there's no time. What came to my mind is this old saying: be careful of the words you say, keep them short and sweet. You never know which ones you will one day have to eat. That's a shout out to somebody. I'm not exactly sure who, but that's a shout out to somebody. Shout out to somebody. Flashing lights, moving to the beat. Mirrored walls and fog are at your feet. I know you know that song. I'm just a DJ, baby, mixing for you. I will not stop until this glum night is through. Must be the music. Must be the music. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, you can pray. You can still have fun. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I did pre-shuffle these cards. I did pre-shuffle them, but I'm going to do them again for you. No, I don't take out. I put in. I pull out. Ooh. No, I don't take out. I put in and I pull out. No, I don't take out. I put in and I pull out. That's very interesting. I'm not going to say it again. Bend it to the will of the universal life force. Yes, come on. Thank you. 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 Yes. Thank you. 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 I usually pull out Mystical Shaman first, but for some reason the energy just went with this. I didn't even think about it. It just happened. So I just went with the flow. This is Manzel's Tarot too. And let's see what we got going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my God! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! I see soap opera. Yeah, like a TV soap opera, those old school things like, what were their names? All My Children. Um, God and Light. Dallas. Dynasty. I see power. I sense power. 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 To make anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. Line up with wishes, dreams, desire. The power. I sense some conflict. I sense a little interpersonal struggle. Ace of Wands. Oh, sugar shoot. Ace of Wands. Justice card. This is the Knight of Wands. Upside down. Knight of Cups. Right side up. Nine of Swords. Right side up. Upside down. Queen of Swords. Upside down. And Queen of Wands. Right side up. Now what's... Oh, and then we have... the Empress. Look at that card. Is it too close? Am I too close? Can you see it? I'm sorry. Give me a sec. Thank you. 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 Okay. Empress. Controlling things. Dominating. Charismatic. Can be scary. Many-faced. Can be blind to reality because of the accoutrement or the accoutrements of success. Or just not humble about blessings. There's an energy of snake in that card. There's a deviousness in this Empress. And maybe that's why her eyes are bound. She's not given permission to participate in what I do not know. All I know is the card that stands out to me is the Stalk card. And all this power, power, tension, there is somebody contemplating the Knight of Cups. His cup is full with blessings, yet his eyes are covered. His back is to the moon. He can't see the blessings. And he's just sitting there. Even though his posture with his legs suggests I'm open to suggestions, maybe your hands where they're placed really suggest that you don't want to hear. And you don't want to engage. You don't want to hear. You don't want to get engaged. You just want to get on with it. The Nine of Wands is upside down. You just want to get on with it. Whatever it is, let's just do it. But see, this is where your conscience comes in, because the Justice card is straight up. And you can't just do it. Can you see? And you just can't do it unjustly. Whatever it is. This is a person in a position of power. This is the same person I was talking about over there in a position of power that could not figure out how to interact with the people at work who were her friends before she became, or before, I'm using she, that means before all became their boss. So let's get on with it. I don't care. Why do I have to even trip out over this sort of stuff? This is ridiculous. It'll work itself out. But the eye of justice is on it, because the eye of justice is on you as the person who's in a position of power. With this Ace of Wands right here. Who can wield it. Let's get this stuff out the way. Ah, thank you. You got some tension down here. You got upside down Nine of Swords. You got the Queen of Swords upside down. And you got the Queen of Wands. This does not suggest, this is all. All. So my pronoun is all. All the swords. All the wands. And Empress all. Knight all. I'm tired of struggling with this. Like I said, we need to get somebody to teach us communication skills on this LGBTQIA AI plus. How do you communicate? Those pronouns. Or a generic one. Somebody let me know. Put it in a discussion. Because I just have no idea. Yeah, and you're in a little bit of a situation right here, Knight of Cups thinker, because this Empress, this is not just your power. This is not just your power. This is somebody else's power over top of you. So the message the universe was giving you that it really feels would help you in this situation is not to get caught up in the either or rhetoric, the either or discourse. But to form a more cooperative and collaborative mindset. But with boundaries, as I talked about before. Professional policies that you have in addition to your organizational policies. I mean, one policy a woman might have is, I will tolerate no sexual harassment at work. That's a personal policy. That's a personal professional policy. Personal policy might be, I will not date any man under the age of 90. Personal policy might be, I'm open to love from whoever and I just don't care. Love is my thing. Right? So let's find out some more about what's happening here. Because we've got the nine of cups in a quandary. They're like just throwing stuff to the wind. Just get it done, do it. But the reality is you hold, the ethical judgment and the ace to make this change in your hands. And you have, some interpersonal situations going on around you. I don't know where this situation is occurring, whether it's at your job or wherever, but you got some stuff going on, all right? And we know this is boss lady. Boss all boss. And these are it's like the thorn in your side, or they were your friends. Now, if you are crying over your friends, and they have turned on you already, then we need to talk about that separately. That's a whole nother reading. That's a whole nother discussion. And you want to get them back because of why? Because they weren't your friends in the first place. People just turn on you like that. You can rationalize that shit all you want to. The bottom line is, no. I pick up. Wait a minute. I pull back, I put back, and I pull out. We're going to do some clarifying. And what I want to clarify more about is what exactly is this situation as it refers to, what is this quandary really? What is this issue? What is this thing that is causing this person to close up? Now I see that there are people who could be disruptive. At any job, there are people who can be disruptive. And I understand that it might be about your friends, but what's really going on? Because that's what we really got to know. We got to find out what's really going on. Because there's another level of thing here. You got to perform. You got to perform. Perform means you got to do your job. Thank you. So I want to take a closer look at the Knight of Cups, because this entity is existing in the night. Can't pull that lever. And that lever's right over here on the King, on the Knight of Wands. That lever, that lever, right here. And you want to throw it away. Because you're like, it really doesn't matter. But you can't. Because you got a conscience. And that's a good thing. Oh, jeez, you got more than the conscious. Oh, jeez, you got more than the conscious. Oh, hula, hula, hula. Clarifying. You got the Two of Swords. You got the Queen of Coins. You got the Seven of Coins upside down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So the issue is a money issue. That is the underlying focus here. All jobs are money issues, right? Because you take a job to make money to pay your bills. So we get that. But this is a scary, frightening money issue. Which is weighing on you, that body weight, that physical, the emotional. So underneath of that either or dichotomous thinking, that I have to separate myself from you, it's really about money. So the struggle is not as authentic as you may make it seem to those who may be upset with you or turned your back on you. In reality, you don't care. And the justice is not about justly and ethically treating or figuring out the situation. The justice is in you getting what you see as your due. I don't see here that you will do anything to get your due. But I do see that you are concentrated. You sitting there, not oblivious to the blessings that are being bestowed upon you, but just contemplating that they are just rewards. And that you deserve this. And I don't know if this has happened, or is it going to happen, or when will it ever happen in your life. This situation, if it's going on now, if it will occur, you'll get promotion and you'll have to deal with this stuff. But the bottom line is, I think this is happening now for somebody, and I wanted to get to the root as to why they had such consternation and stress, this press and pull over this power dynamic stuff. And it really was not as much of a press and pull as I thought. Because the person has the strength, the agility, the capacity, the capability, the physicality, the fine motor skills, the eye-hand coordination. It's about making that money. That dollar bill, y'all. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not at all. I want to pull some more. So we come to find out that really what this situation is about occurring now, which I think it is, but it could occur in the future. It could have already occurred. But thank you. I want to look a little bit more. I want to look a little bit more at the Empress, who has been silent in all this, but watching it all. I'm going to shuffle again. Life flow demands a new flow, a new molecular stir up, a new atomic blast up. Yeah, doozy. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. Thanks. Feeling as faded as my jeans. Bobby found a diesel dam just before the rain. And I'ma stop singing now because I'm shuffling for you, Empress. Thank you. 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 No, I'm not cutting. Thank you. Thank you. Who is this woman? Man. We got Ten of Swords, right side up. It says traitor. Ten of Swords upside down. You got the Nine of Cups. You got the Emperor. And you have the Four of Swords. Sorry. Who are you, lady? Who are you? And what do you have to do with all this? Dark energy. Dark. Man, and I'm using these words, and maybe I need to check myself in my usage of them. I'm using them pretty loosely this evening. There's an undertone to this whole situation that's a little sinister. You want to get what you want to get out of it. But then there's another layer to it that's a little higher than you. And I don't think that maybe you're aware of the entire situation of what's going on or what this job is that you took. Because I get a little sense of danger in it. Now that I've seen the Empress and all the dark energy and death and destruction, that surrounds that card, that energy card. And maybe this is a whole different read right here. Maybe this is for somebody totally else. Because this story, I think, is told. Your issue is not your friends. The issue is, look, your eye is on the money. Period. And then we got the Empress, who I thought may have been part of you. But this Empress is extremely powerful. This situation, person, place, thing is extremely powerful. And it's aligned with other contemporaries that think the same. And they are protecting the realm, so to speak, not to use Game of Thrones terminology, but they're the protectorants, if that's a word. That will do anything for you. Anything. I don't know if you need to choose one over the other, one situation over the other, one person over the other, one pair of shoes over the other. But you just hit the jackpot. You hit the jackpot. Big time. And all I got to say for this Knight of Cups is it's really not that deep. I talked earlier this week about having paradigm shifts, right? Retooling your thinking. Adjusting how you see things. Either or, both and. Are you going to be in that rigid mode of thought? Or are you going to allow the life flow, energy flow to impact? Mystical Shaman Oracle. I don't know how many cards I'm gonna pull because I done talked a long time. But I keep hearing that song, flashing lights, moving to the beat. I don't know why. Mirrored walls and vulgar at your feet. I'm just a DJ, baby, mixing for you. I don't know why. I will not stop until this club night is through. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you. 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 One. The rattle. I need my reading glasses because I can't see. Birth. Renewal. Awakening. Seven. Number of divinity. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's going to happen for you. It was two different readings, I think, for two different people. But the bottom line is you will both realize a renewal and spark of life. You know, and as I'm sitting here reflecting about kind of how quickly I read those cards about the woman, I felt it turning into a love reading. And like I said, I don't do love readings. So I kind of cut it short. And so please forgive me. So that wasn't really the reading. But the individual who, that wasn't the main reading. But the individual, you out there, you know who you are. You know, everybody knows who I'm talking to when I'm talking to when I'm doing the reading. You know exactly who I'm talking to. You who's tripping out over the push and the pull, either or. Expand your mind. And it's Lonnie Liston Smith, who I love. Expansions, yes. Oh, I want that played when I transition back to this earth. Oh, happy day! Marijuana is legal in New Jersey now. I'm scared. Mm. But yeah, you're gonna be all right that in that position. You're gonna get your coin, and it will revitalize your life, and you will have some many, 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 many things anew. And you will finally shake to the beat of your own drum. Ultimately, everything is going to work out as it should. Thank you. Have a good night.